السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. كيف الحال يا أخوان؟ Hope everyone is doing good. حياكم الله جميعا. You're most welcome, brothers. Today we're gonna talk about leftover woman, which is provocative term by itself. So there's two studies that's available in my website in the studies store, added recently actually. Talking about the correlation between the being single and childless, like after 30, and some mental and psychological diseases or illnesses. So, is there really correlation or just like the red pillars bullshitting people? So, let's find out what science says about that. First of all, okay, as you know, guys, the live chat here is for members only. You can contribute to the channel and send your question by super chat, which is the dollar sign on the lower right of the screen. Then I can read it, and you can support the channel. You choose. So, okay. Little announcement before we start with the study. Okay, let me add the study here. Okay. The personality trait analysis service is available now in redpillarabic.com. You can send me an email at info@redpillarabic.com. You can book a session. It is 30-minute session. And then I'll send you a link for psychological personality trait analysis test. It is around 100 questions. So, and you will get the report. You can send me the report, and then I'll explain you based on the Big Five model, your personality trait, and that can help you. That can genuinely really help you understanding yourself and why do you behave in such things, in such way among people. That can really help you develop yourself and fix a lot of behavioral problems toward other people. So, okay. If you follow the manosphere since long time, you will hear that a lot, that women after 30 with no husband, like single and childless, they have a lot of problem from psychological point of view, and they have a lot of behavioral problem and on mental illness level. How did we got that conclusion? So we got that conclusion because we already we are reading the psychological literature about such things. And the study here is one example of many. So let's check the study, guys. This study is done by the European Psychiatry in 2017, April 2017. By the way, the link, you will find the link in the description for, this is study one. In the description, you will find the link of the study itself under study one. So the psychological effect of unmarried women, a field study on sample unmarried women in Algeria. And that's in an Arabic country, by the way, because a lot of people will keep saying that's a very naive argument, which is your old study is done on the Western woman. So the Eastern woman or the Muslim Eastern woman or Arabic woman, like that data does not apply to her, as she's a plant. She's not a human being like the other females. When you study the female nature, does not apply on uh, Arabic females. That's bullshit. Human is a human, and human female is a human female. So what affects the Western female, it absolutely affects the Eastern female. The religion does not matter here regarding the biological differences. So because we all from the same species. So let's get back. Okay. This study is done on, it's a field study done on the Algerian woman in Algeria in 2017 by the European Psychiatry. Okay, the European Psychiatry. And what does they say? Let's check the background. The present research was designed to determine the psychological stress as experienced by unmarried women in the education sector and how helps them to discover the meaning of the presence in the framework, innovation and achievement, art, science, comprehension, love, and adaptation in life. Okay. What is the aim of the study? The research aim identify the various problems and mental disorders that unmarried women suffering from and determine the differences between unmarried women in terms of the psychological problems resulting from unmarried in age, kind, and professional status. What is the method? The method used in this research is purely descriptive, following the collected data from the sample of 200 unmarried women. So the sample here is 200 unmarried women. It is quite good sample, by the way. It is quite good sample. It is not like small sample like 15 or 11. No, it's 200. Like, so it is good. It is reliable to some degree. The tools that were used here in the research as follow. It is a self-confidence scale. So what they are measuring here, they are measuring the self-confidence on the self-confidence scale, psychological stress scale. So they're checking the stress, list list of information collected of unmarried women. We proceed with some statistical technique. The result, and here is it. Here's the most important thing to focus on, guys. Check it out. The findings of the research here, the research were emotional problem are the most common problems experienced by an unmarried woman. Again, emotional problems are the most common problems experienced by unmarried women. Why do you think? Why do you think, guys, they have emotional problem? We always say that the the major indicator of female happiness is family and children. So married women with children later in life, they will feel fulfilled and they are more emotionally stable. Why? Because the human female is designed to be a mother, and the human male is designed to be a father, not designed to be a single man, and she's not designed to be a single woman. We are designed to be fathers and mothers in this society. We are hardwired to be fathers and mothers. And as we know from reading the psychological literature, the the females, the women's is more social creatures than men. So they are interested in people more, their social circle. And the first social circle, which is most important circle in life, which is the children. the children, her own children, because she have an emotional bonding toward these children. So all the evidences support each other. Human female is interested in people more than things. The man is interested in things. They are more social creatures. They have the maternity instinct. So when the vast majority of her fertile years, between let's say 15 and like 30, by 30 by 30 human females lose around 90% of their egg count from their egg reserves. So by 30, 90% of them are gone, and she has no babies, she has no children, no daughters, nothing. So from biological perspective, she's a failure. She's a failure, and she will never be, most probably she will never be fulfilled and have self have let's say satisfaction to the degree that mothers have. That's very obvious. Like if you're checking the evidences from the science. So let's get back to the study. Emotional problems are the most common problems experienced by unmarried women. Okay, point number two. The present study indicates that presence of depressive symptoms in 17%, which can evolve toward psychotic depression, psychotic depression. So around fifth of the cases can be developed, like there's a probability to be developed to psychotic depressions as dysthymia. Dysthymia is the psychotic depressants. Lose interest in daily activity, hopelessness, low self-esteem, and self-criticism, trouble trouble concentrating and trouble making decisions, effectiveness and productivity, avoidance of social activity, feeling of guilt and worries over the past, and insomnia, which is trouble sleeping. Can we check it again? What is the psychotic depressants? The psychotic depressants, which is around 17% of the cases, have high probability to be to evolve towards psychotic depressants, which is this is the symptoms of the psychotic depressants, which is lost interest in daily activities, lose interest in daily activity, hopelessness, she will lose hope, hopelessness, low self-esteem, very low self-esteem, okay, self-criticism, she will start to criticize herself in her mind again and again and again, trouble concentrating and trouble making decisions. So she will face some troubles, some problems of when she try to make decisions, and that's very important, guys. That is very important. Effectiveness and productivity. So her efficiency or effectiveness will drop down, and the productivity will drop down. Avoidance of social activity. So she will try, most probably will try to avoid any social activity with peers, relatives, and friends. Feeling guilt and worries over the past. She will feel guilt. Why does she feel guilt? It is, why do you think she feel guilt? It is most probably because she did not make the best decisions in her life. That's why she will feel guilt about and worries about the past. That is why. So when we advise young females to get married early and to have children early, for her it is better to not feel such feelings, to not get psychotic depressants, to not feel guilt and worries about the past, about the decisions that she took in the past. She passed her most fertile year chasing the career. It is not a career; it's most probably job. Only 2% of people have career, and the rest of them have jobs. But like this is a big like fake news or fake propaganda that like chase your career. She doesn't have career. She's just working a job, 8 to 5 or 9 to 5. No, so that's lie. That's one of the biggest lies that feminism sells young women, that you will be happy chasing your career. But the science says otherwise. Probability is high to get psychotic depressants and insomnia, trouble sleeping. So let's check the next point, guys. That is very interesting study, by the way. The impact of unmarried on late stages have more negative impact in the late stages, and psychological effect on them was more severe and greatest harm. More severe and greatest harm. When is that? That's late in life. That means when she's more old, like maybe in the early 30s, she will have that symptoms, but it will not be that severe. It will not be so severe. Like the damage and the pain will not be that that strong or that tough. But later in life, these symptoms will be more severe and the damage will be harder. The impact of unmarried to late stages have more negative impact and psychological effect on them was more severe and the greatest harm. So the conclusion, the the advancement of women in the age without marriage or unmarried woman is origin of psychological stress and low self-confidence. You have to carve this in your mind, guys. And like if girls are listening to me, this conclusion is the best. Like it is very light, very direct, very harsh, as I like it. The advancement of women, check this out. The advancement of women in the age without marriage or unmarried woman the origin the origin of psychological stress and low self-esteem, low self-confidence. Sorry, low self-confidence. It is the origin of psychological stress and low self-confidence. Is that clear, guys? I hope it is so clear. I hope that is so clear. So I have here like another study just to support this study. Hmm, okay, let me share the second study, which is you will find in the description under the name of study number two. It is study number two. Okay, here's it. This study is from the National Library of Medicine, National Center of Biotechnology Information, NIH. Okay, so this is a government institution, which is the Library of Medicine from the United States. Women marital status and symptom of depression in midlife national sample. National sample, this sample is from the United States. This sample is from the United States. So if anybody was telling me the first study is from the Arab world, so that does not apply on the Western woman, no, you idiot, it does apply. The woman nature is the same. The cultural differences means nothing. So women, marital status, and symptoms of depression in midlife national sample. The abstract, let's check it out. Previous studies of the correlates of depression among women have not generally been based on adequate midlife samples or precision in the specification of marital status categories. The present analysis is designed to address these these deficiencies, and it's based on data from the Health and Retirement Survey, Wave 1, respondent 51 to 61. It is the age range is 51 to 61 years old, single and childless. Results indicate that married women are less likely to report symptoms of depression than their unmarried counterparts. Can you hear it again? Focus. Results indicate that married women are less likely to report symptoms of depression than their unmarried counterpart. So, married women have less depression than the unmarried woman from the same age range. The mental health benefits of marriage are greater for men than women. That's good. Moreover, the variables such as marital satisfaction, self rated health, and employment status are more powerful predicators of emotional well being in midlife than marital status per se. Okay. The quality of marriage affects depressive symptoms more strongly on women than men. The quality of marriage affects depressive symptoms more strongly for women than men. Great. Anything else? No, not really. That's the abstract. Keep this sentence on your mind, guys. Results indicate that married women are less likely to report symptoms of depression than their unmarried counterparts. Okay? So, what do we get here, like, as a general idea? As a general idea, the paternity instinct and to seek security and emotional stability, these things in women are hardwired. She's designed with these instincts. So there is no differences between women from any culture. They all have that drilled in their mind. The maternity instinct, the being social, like having fulfillment from social interaction, being interested in people more than things. That's in common between all females, generally speaking, around the globe. So if you check all the studies that correlated the depression and anxiety and the addiction on antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication, you will find it in common between unmarried with all unmarried or most of all unmarried and childless females over 30. So when we advise people to let their daughters or as a female get married soon, like get married early, that will give you the fulfillment and the happiness and the long-term stability, emotional stability, higher self-esteem, less depression, less anxiety. So you don't need any medication in your mid ages, in your midlife. That's the general idea of these two studies. You can find these two studies. The links is here in the description of this video, and you can find it on my website in the studies store. You can read, like, there's 50 plus study there that will fascinate you. It have the roots of all scientific evidences for the things that I speak here. You can find all my references there, and you can support the channel. You can book a counseling session. You can sponsor a video from the website, and you can read my blogs. You can read some articles there, but the blogs are in Arabic for Arabic speaker guys. But you can ask for the rest of the services that we provide. So I can put you the link, guys, if anybody have any question regarding this subjects in the chat. Here's the StreamYard link in the description. Sorry, in the chat. It is pinned in the chat. If anybody want to contribute, ask any question, have any comment on the subjects before we wrap up the uh, the episode, before we wrap up the stream. So that's not really the red pill, because they are misogynist, hating women. They want women to get married young, because the science support that, because the actual evidences, the empirical data support that. And our grandfathers and great grandfathers, they know that. They doesn't know the science behind it, but they know that by their fitra, by their nature. They know that it is better for the girls to get married young. They did not send their daughters to chase the careers. They let them married young, and like usually, as we know, female with children and family are more fulfilled, are more emotionally stable, have higher satisfaction, lower anxiety, and lower depression. The probability of her getting psychotic depressions, is very low, comparing to single childless leftover women. What Kevin Samuels says, leftover women. So we want the best for people. We are running for the elections. Okay. It seems to me nobody have any. We don't have any calls through the link, so we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you guys for watching. Do not forget the like button, and to share, comment on the video. If you need to book any services of mine, you can send me an email. Check the redpillarabic.com, or send me an email on the website email, which is info@redpillarabic.com. You can book a counseling session, a personality trait analysis session. You can sponsor a video, and yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Do not forget the like button, support the channel, Take care. Assalamu alaikum.